All right, just a few news stories. And actually, it's funny, the one news story that I think is going to be the one for tonight actually started showing up on my feed from other sources, non-dental sources. So when I saw it, I thought, oh, that's really interesting that that's now popping up on non-dental sources, trying to sleuth out, again, fraud, waste, whatever. So let's go ahead and dive into the most controversial story of the week. And that is Delta Dental of California. Yay! They are a tax exempt nonprofit whose CEO has now been paid over $48 million over the last 4 years. Her compensation also increased from 4.5 million to 15 million in just a few years. Now, quick poll for all of the dental patients who are represented by Delta Dental who might watch this podcast. How much did your premium go up over the last 4 years? Mm-hmm. And then another quick poll of our Delta Dental of California patients. How much of your benefit increased? Did you go from 1,500 to 2,000? Did you go from 1,500 to 1,500 in allowable benefit for the year? Would love to know that. Please put that in the comment section as well. And then for our Delta Dental providers, how much did your reimbursement rates go up over the last 4 years? If I had to venture a guess, I'm going to guess none. I'm going to venture a guess that it went down by 1%. Why? Because Delta Dental of California has a monopoly. They represent over 90 to 98% of the dental patients in California. We see that across the West Coast, actually. It's the same in Oregon and Washington as well. So while their CEO is making hay, our patients are suffering, our providers are suffering, and poor people like Chad are burned out on dentistry. It's time for a correction. And the fact that I know this is because this news story showed up in a non-dental area. That means that people are fed up with bloated hierarchy in these systems, especially in healthcare, while the patients and the providers are suffering and leaving the industry altogether. Let's get this together, team. Delta Dental of California in particular, you've been put on notice. The other story for the week is a personal indulgence. As a resident of North Carolina and a licensed dentist of North Carolina, this story is very important to me. We have a very important bill coming forward for our legislature to start to consider. It is HB 1033, the Dental Board Reform Bill. Now, this bill is trying to change the infrastructure of our dental board. Currently, North Carolina's dental board is made up of 6 dentists, 1 hygienist, and then they have the admin support team. That board is overseeing its peers and providing public safety to those who are seeking care in the state. And having had my own experiences with the board in the past, I can tell you for sure the dentists that are serving on that board are as interested in saving and protecting patients and public health safety as they are in protecting dentists. In fact, I would make a small argument that they care more about public safety than they do about the dentist. So the argument that a board of peers would be biased and would never side against a dentist, I think actually is very misguided. This bill seeks to put non-dental people on the licensing board. Wasn't that swell? Because we've seen time and time again that politicians always have the best interests of their constituents, the patients, and the providers at heart, right? Nothing political ever happens. No backdoor deals are being done. Everything is above board, right? Except this is healthcare, and this is real. And real decisions are being made about protecting patients and keeping them safe. And real people's livelihoods are at stake. This cannot be a political game for someone to now be able to put somebody that they promised a favor to 15 years ago into a political position to now serve on the dental board. We can't be an axe to grind, and we can't be a favor to be owed. North Carolina dentists, it is really important that you step up and speak out. HB 1033, you need to contact your representatives. You need to talk to your legislators. You need to get involved with the Dental Society and let your feelings be heard. Let people know. For those of you who live in states where your board is made up of non-dentists, feel free to provide in the comments your experiences. Maybe I'm misguided. Maybe I'm fear-mongering and that there's nothing to be worried about. But I guess over the last, 30, 40 years, the distrust in the political system has elevated just a bit. And I would much rather be judged by a jury of my peers than by a jury of the masses. And with that, that's the news.